What's going on, everybody? It's King Kaif back in your life. I'm back after having the weekend off. I just want to let everyone know, for right now, my schedule is going to be weekends off, just so I can recoup, and chill and watch basketball and, get everything out. But on the weekdays, I'll be here Monday through Friday. I'll be sure to get a video to you guys every single day of the week. I got you. But as far as that goes, we got our basketball breakdown. I'm going to break down this weekend's games, and then we're going to get into our Monday 6-game slate. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Starting off with Saturday night's performances. We start with the Dallas Mavericks beating the Pelicans, New Orleans Pelicans that is, 127-117 behind Luka's 34 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 3-point makes. Luka doing Luka things again. I digress. We move on. LeBron James and the Lakers beat the Sacramento Kings 136-134. LeBron James had 37 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. The Lakers have been playing great. LeBron's been playing great ever since his birthday. What did he turn? He turned 37, right? And he's been averaging 37 points, so it's kind of like funny and poetic. But, there could have been a no call on that De'Aaron Fox call, like they said, but I didn't really watch the game, so I don't have much to say on it. On to the next one. We have the Chicago Bulls beating the Utah Jazz 126-118 behind Zach LaVine's 36 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 3-point makes. Zach's been playing great ever since his 40-piece, so hopefully he can keep this up, and for Bulls fans' sake, I hope he can keep it up too. In our next game, we have the Boston Celtics beating the San Antonio Spurs. Almost at Sacramento again. San Antonio Spurs, Jason Tatum had 34 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 3-point makes. Putting up MVP numbers again. That's nothing too crazy, but, he's just going to keep that steady pace going. In our next game, and sad to talk about it, the Orlando Magic beat the Golden State Warriors 115-101. Paolo Banchero had 25 points, 5 rebounds, 4 3-point makes. We just didn't close out to shooters. We didn't want to play any defense. We had terrible passes. I love my team and all, but to love a team, you got to be able to harp on them when they need to be harped on. And what in the fudge is Jordan Poole thinking, throwing one-handed skip passes like it's the All-Star games? He's doing this and just looking away dude, look where you're throwing. Please. Just careless turnovers. Congrats to the Magic. They sweep us in their season series. We'll be in the playoffs, though. They won't even sniff the playoffs. Not for many years to come. But on to the next one. For our Sunday game slate, kind of just going off the cuff here, folks. Here we go. So we start off with the 76ers beating the Detroit Pistons 123-111 behind James Harden 20 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 3-point makes. He's been putting up steady numbers, kind of just flying underneath the radar, and, good for him. And that's all I got to say about James Harden. On to our next one, we have the Nets beating the Heat 102-101 behind Kyrie Irving's 29 points, 6 assists, 6 3-point makes. Kyrie's been playing great. Him and KD have both been playing great since they got haircuts. They went in, got haircuts together, and then they've just been going stupid. But what I got from this game and what I gathered from this game is I just hope Kevin Durant's okay. He had 2 bad falls. He had 2 people fall on his leg, on his knee. I'm pretty sure it was his surgically repaired knee, so hopefully he's okay. He'll be reevaluated today, I believe. So prayers up for KD. Love watching that guy on the floor. Love what he did for Golden State, and hopefully he'll be okay. On to our next game, we have the OKC Thunder beating the Dallas Mavericks 120-109 behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's 33 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks. What can I say? He's been playing great basketball. Also, I can say that if they had Luka Doncic on that Dallas team, because he did sit, it could have been a different story, and it probably would have been a different story. But OKC got the dub, and congrats to the boys. In our next game, we have the Atlanta Hawks beat the LA Clippers 112-108. Trae Young had 30 points, 8 assists, and 3 3-point makes. Great game. Atlanta needed this game. It came down to the wire. I watched this game. What's crazy is the 2 inbounds plays with John Collins getting a dunk, and then I believe it was Terrence Mann throwing it right back to another Atlanta Hawk. I believe it was DeAndre Hunter, and then he came and dunked it. Just terrible turnovers. In our next game, we have the Toronto Raptors beating the Trailblazers 117-105. Pascal Siakam had 27 points, 6 assists, 2 steals. They needed this game. They were ahead the whole game. They needed it. Good win from them. Hopefully they can build off this. We'll see where that goes. I don't see it happening, but for their sake, I hope they do build off this. In our next game, we have the Indiana Pacers beating the Charlotte Hornets 116-111. Behind Miles Turner's 29 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks. That man is still going to leave Indiana. I know Indiana playing great, but he still doesn't like being there. He can say he does, but he doesn't. So, great game from him, and whoever's in the trade rumors for him, they must love seeing these numbers from him. In our next game, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers beating the Phoenix Suns 112-98 behind Darius Garland's 22 points, 7 assists, 2 steals. They have a great backcourt in Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, and they're just proving it through all these games. One can go for 71, one can go for 40. It's just, flip-flop here. You take this, I'll take this, In our next game, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves beating the Houston Rockets 104-96 with D'Angelo Russell's 22 points, 6 assists, and 4 3-point makes. He's coming around back to kind of like the form of like the Brooklyn D'Angelo, and I like seeing that from him because Brooklyn D'Angelo was on a different level. Literally ice in that man's veins. So, good to see him performing well. On to our last and final game before we get into predictions for this Monday game slate. We had the Memphis Grizzlies beat the Utah Jazz 123-118 behind Desmond Bane's 24 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, 4 3-point makes. Desmond Bane finally coming back to being himself and shooting better from the field. What I took away from this game was Jordan Clarkson thinks he wants to fight somebody, but he doesn't really want to fight somebody. Did you see him throw his hands up like, what, want to do something? Like, dude, you're not going to do anything. You didn't do anything against my guy, Jonathan Kuminga, JK. You're not going to do anything against Desmond Bane when you just literally slapped him in the head. Like, dude, you're not tough. He's such a fake tough guy. The league is full of them nowadays, but, anyways, on to our predictions for this Monday night 6-game slate. We move on over here first with the aforementioned Grizzlies versus the Spurs. I'm going to take the Grizzlies here. The Spurs had a close game, like you heard me talk about, against the Boston Celtics. I still do believe the Grizzlies will win, so book on the Grizzlies. In our next game, we have the Lakers versus the Nuggets. The Lakers on a roll, the Nuggets on a roll. Who's the better team? Who's actually someone you could see on a roll and go, okay, they're actually playing, well and not just getting lucky? The Nuggets. I'm going to take the Nuggets here. I think the Lakers are just getting lucky. No offense to you Laker fans. Like, you're winning, I guess. Good for you, but not going to win against this team. I don't see it happening. But, you might see me tomorrow in this chair talking about how the Lakers won. We'll see how it goes. I'm still going to take the Nuggets. On to our next game, we have the Pelicans, without Zion, of course, versus the Wizards. The Pelicans have still been rolling with C.J. McCollum. I don't know when Brandon Ingram comes back. I know it won't be anytime soon, but hopefully we can see him out there soon because I love watching him play basketball. The Wizards, they're full, I believe. They're healthy, but I'm going to take the Pelicans on the road. I just believe they're the better team right now, even without Zion, so we'll see how this one goes. It should honestly be. I think this is going to be a sleeper matchup. I think this will be a closer game than people think, but I still have the Pelicans winning. On to our next one. We have the Magic, just coming off a big win over the Golden State Warriors, and the Kings coming off a close loss. What De'Aaron Fox thinks should have been, going to overtime or even a chance for them to win the game. So I'm going to take the Kings here. I'm going to say that they get revenge and bounce back in a big way at home. In our next game, we have the Bulls versus Celtics, the Christmas matchup, if you want to call it that, red versus green. I'm going to take the Celtics here. They're at home. The Bulls have been playing great, and I think this will be a close game as well because the Bulls are hot right now. But I'm still going to take the Celtics here to get, I'll say a dominant win, but I do believe it could be close, but I'm going to say the Celtics dominate when you don't think they would. In our next game, we have the Bucks going to the Garden. I believe Giannis will be playing. I don't think he'll be sitting. I don't know if Chris Middleton or Joe Ingles, any of those guys will be playing, but I always got to bet on the Bucks. I got to bet on Giannis more or less than the Bucks, but this will be a close game, I think, too, just because when the next year in the Garden, they like to play better than when they play on the road. But what always happens is, on the road, they go down by a little bit and they come back and then they never give up a lead. And then when it comes to being in the Madison Square Garden, they could be up by 50 and then somehow be down by 50. It's just, I don't know, it's weird how that works. But those are my picks for this Monday Game 6 game slate. Let me know what you guys' predictions are, how you enjoyed this weekend's games. And yeah, it's been your boy King Kife. I'm out. Peace.